How you going? You're with Spider from Baditude, RocknRoll and Richmond Records. Today we have Jonah from the James Brothers.
That's right.
The James Brothers, you've heard of them. If you've been anywhere out in the local area around here in the Hawkesbury and rural area around New South Wales,
yeah.
You would have heard of these guys.
Mid-North Coast as well.
Mid-North Coast.
Regularly, yeah.
We're going to talk about that later.
Yeah.
So, just in a nutshell, the James Brothers, what's it all about?
Making music.
Making music?
Yeah, having fun.
And there's two instances. That's you and your brother.
It is correct.
Ethan.
Yes.
So Ethan and Jonah make up the James Brothers.
That's correct.
So you've been gigging around now for when did you start? When did this all start? With young blokes?
Yeah. Well, we were performing. Well, we started professionally doing it as work in 2018.
Yep.
Prior to that, we had been, playing instruments our whole lives. So
that's great.
Ethan started when he was 5. No, actually, I think he started when he was 3, and then I started when I was 5. That's right.
Yeah.
And then, we just continued along with it as we grew up, and then started studying more so when we reached around 16, 17. Went on, continued with it there, and then went, let's see if we can, make something out of it and make a career out of it, and that was it really.
Cool. And Ethan plays the guitar.
Yes.
And you play
banjo. That's my main instrument. I also play guitar.
Cool's that?
Yeah. Guitar, bass, a little bit of cello, double bass, a little bit of piano, drums as well. We've got custom kick drums that we use on stage.
I noticed that you add that little bit more extra percussion in, and every now and then you'll see that they will add a double bass.
Yeah.
Double bass, like a third member of the James Brothers.
Mm-hmm.
Great gigs. I've been to a few of them, and
it's always a fun time.
Had fun.
Yeah.
So was there any other family influence involved?
Not really, no, because
In the James family.
there wasn't any sort of musical people in our family prior to us. I'm sure there would have been if we go back in the family tree a fair bit.
Mm-hmm.
Our parents, no. Mum started after we did. She got into it. She plays violin, plays in the orchestra.
Okay. Yeah.
The Macquarie Towns Orchestra. And she was the one who sort of pushed us into doing it when we were kids and kept us going with it, because I'm sure we probably would have.
Yeah.
When we were kids there, we probably would have given up on it if we didn't have someone there telling us, going, yeah, keep doing it.
Yeah.
Good.
I don't know, man. Once it's in your blood, it's in your blood,
Yeah,
and I'm pretty certain you two brothers will push us, and which is obviously what you've done. So,
Yeah.
It's great stuff. So you've been gigging. You mentioned before, so you've been going. So how often you've been gigging? Like, is it like every week, or you do little tours, or?
It varies. So sometimes we'll, in previous years, we've had months at a time where we're booked out with 3 to 4 shows each weekend for, it could be 3-4 months, and then we might have a break of a week, 2 weeks. Sometimes you might go a month without any gigs, but most of the time it's at least 2 to 3 weekends each month.
Yeah, cool. So he's busy. I know he's busy. I know since I've known him, I know he's busy. I see he's, and you're working the marketing, which is good, and I'm a big fan of that, which I really appreciate. So you said you were going up the coast, rural New South Wales.
Yeah.
And speaking of which, if you haven't seen it yet, I'm going to put up some pictures of it.
Yes.
Yeah, the James Brothers got this really cool truck. They call it a truck.
Yeah.
It's a truck, so it's a mobile stage they take around. So if you're looking at putting these guys on, they can bring their own stage set up. And it's cool, it's corrugated iron, it's rough, it's got that country look about it.
So we've actually got 2 stages now.
2 stages?
2 truck stages. So we've got the original one, which is all the corrugated iron. That's on a old 70s Chevy C60 truck.
Yep, cool.
And then we've got a slightly smaller stage. It's on the back of a C30, another Chevy. And that one's a bit more modern looking with the stage. It all folds down. It's very compact when travelling, and that's our long distance stage truck, so that can go anywhere.
Excellent. That's great.
Yeah.
That's great. You got your own stage. I love it.
Comes in handy.
Can you like set swags up in the back of it when
You can if you want to.
Yeah, cool. That's rock and roll. Up and roll. Recording. You've done a bit of recording. I actually sell
fair bit.
James Brothers CDs in the record store, Richmond Records. How many have you done now?
Three albums so far. There was a Christmas album as well, so that's 4 albums. A couple of singles as well. So one album just released a couple of months ago. So.
Okay, and that was called?
That was called Rise.
Yep. Now these recordings, are they all originals?
Yeah. All majority of them are all originals. The latest album that's had 2 covers on it. So that was Ghost Riders and Theme to Rawhide.
Okay, cool. Oh yeah, you got to see the Rawhide. But
that's fun.
As I was saying before, I've seen these guys play, just pubs, things like that on the stage, but at corporate functions as well, and what a good set, gets everyone up rocking. And we're going to talk about that because you do. With the covers that you do, it's surprising the covers that they do. And as we just said before, like Rawhide. But there's things like, Thunderstruck, AC/DC.
Everyone loves that.
Yeah. And I was just watching one before, I think it was a Brian Ferry song or something like that. I don't know.
We try to do a bit of everything.
Yeah.
Try and make everyone happy with the variety.
Yeah, but you hear these songs and you recognise the songs, but they're done like on the guitar and they're upbeat and got the banjo in them. It's as cool as. So, what's the future plans? What's the future plans for the James Brothers?
That's a good question. That is a very good question. So, the plan is to continue along and see where things go. One of the biggest goals that I've had, basically since we started, was I wanted to play over in the Red Rocks Amphitheatre. Beautiful. That's one of my biggest goals, and one day I want to get there and play there. So that's one of the goals. But just continue on, keep getting music out there and keep performing and make a career out of it.
And that's what you got to do. You got to push it. I know you're doing a little bit of solo stuff at the moment.
That's right. Ethan's taking a little bit of a break with performing at the moment, so I've been filling in doing solo shows at the moment, and that's been a lot of fun.
And you've been collaborating, you've been working with other musicians?
Yeah. So one of the artists I've been working with, Drew Blundell, he's a pretty big name out in the country music. Travels all over Australia doing shows, so it's been fantastic working with him. And a couple of other artists as well. Daniel Sproul, he's fantastic, he's out in Queensland.
Good. Excellent stuff.
Yeah, and I've been working with one of my other mates, Jordan Sefto. He plays didgeridoo. Fantastic.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd suit your style straight off the bat.
It's fun.
I love it. So, if you haven't seen James Brothers yet, please get out and see them, and you'll see around, especially out in Hawkesbury and all that here. Look them up on the social pages.
Yeah.
You have
socials. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Spotify.
Website?
We had a website, it's currently down, we're trying to get that sorted. But
all good.
It is
but you'll find them. And you'll see them on all the local gig guides and all that. So,
absolutely.
Yeah. James Brothers, rock and roll. Good on you, Jonah. Good to have you here, man. And don't forget to give me some stuff.
Yeah.
I'll put some links in anyway so you can check it out. Please, check them out. Rock and roll. Local stuff. And they're going to go great.
Thank you very much.
Got to be good looking,